Okay, so my research is in the general field of crowdsourcing, which is a field that studies how you can use human input collected through the internet in order to complete various tasks. So, for example, you are trying to analyze a big collection of images to understand what the images contain. So one way to do that is to farm the task to a large number of humans that give you input about what is the content of these images. And the interesting interaction that happens there is that this input can be directly used by computers to learn what humans are doing, and slowly you get computers taking over the work of humans, especially for the basic tasks. And then you leave increasingly complex tasks for humans to do, which are tasks that computers right now cannot do. Over time, actually, what happens is that computers learn to observe the actions of humans, and they can actually manage the work that is done by humans, which is a nice next frontier of computers managing the work of humans in a very predictable and scalable manner.
My research is around understanding complex networks, data science, and machine learning. And basically what I do is I use technology in the broadest possible sense as a sensor into humanity to collect large amounts of data and then basically analyze this data using machine learning data mining techniques to kind of build or develop equations that drive the behavior of humanity. In particular, I work a lot with social networks, for example, with data coming from online social networks like Twitter and Facebook. I work a lot on social media, understanding how information spreads through population, predicting what information will go viral and things like that. So again, this data mostly comes from online social networks. Currently, for example, we are working a lot with smart devices, activity tracking devices like Fitbit and Nike Plus to understand how active are people over the day, how much they sleep, how much they run, what they eat, and things like that. Again, so basically using data science to understand how we humans operate in social networks, how we live, how we share information, how we talk with each other, and basically applications of these go into computer science to develop basically new social networking services, new applications, as well as to basic science like sociology to understand how society operates as a complex system.
One of the bright results is that increasingly you see lots of tedious work being taken away from humans, leaving humans to do more interesting and more exciting stuff.
Best applications, several. I think where this is really going is to have basic understanding of how we operate as humans, and then also try to understand how can we change the technology we are using to serve us better. Right, so it's basically we are developing technology, people are using it, trying to understand how we are using it, predict human behaviors, such that we can improve upon that technology. So it could be better social networking services, better personalized newspapers, more relevant recommendations in various kinds of settings. For example, all the way down to helping students in school learn the material better by recommending them topics they may wanna explore more. Things like that.
I think one major contact point is this idea of crowdsourcing in the sense that humans today are generating a lot of signals that are being captured by devices and being transmitted through the internet. They are being collected into big, massive data sets describing the behavior of humans and how they currently behave when they use computers, or how they behave in their everyday life by moving around, taking courses, or consuming content, or even buying things online. So, and Jure has done a lot of work in building models of this behavior and trying to understand it.
So really the connection point is that We have, for example, even if you think in online stores, you have product reviews. Those reviews are basically opinions people have given you about certain products. So how do we extract information out of them? The same thing is, for example, as we see rumors online. The question is, are these rumors true or not, right? So basically, humans are providing feedback or information about pieces of content, products, what they are doing, and the question is, how do we collect and model that? So that's definitely a common point between our research. Another common point goes into the sense of how could we motivate people to do better job or provide more truthful, better feedback in online settings. So kind of how do we motivate them? Maybe through giving them badges, small rewards, like loyalty programs, things like that. So that's another case where things come together.
Yes, and once you have this model that explains how humans behave, you can help humans in a variety of ways. You can, as Jure mentioned, you can provide motivational mechanisms to drive their behavior towards a desirable point. Move more, take another class, improve your grades in this aspect. But also you can help humans now consume all this information in a much more efficient manner. So, for example, you don't need to read all the reviews online. Here is a summary of what the reviews are saying, and based on your past preferences, I can even recommend what are the products that you should be buying because they fit your character best, which might not be what other people like most. But our models predict that this is what you're going to like.
Yeah. So really, for example, a case where we did a study was with online courses where people can join a course and participate in a course online through the internet. And there, for example, the question is how could we motivate students to spend more time in the course and so on. And we were able to achieve quite a lot of improvement by giving students appropriate rewards in very simple sense, just saying, hey, you are doing great, keep doing this. That's definitely one case. In terms of personalization, which is also important, is basically how can we use all the data about yourself so that kind of algorithms get to know you better than you know yourself, right? So how do we give you things that you are going to like, enjoy, consume, things like that?